Well, it can be a touchy subject. Today, the Tampa City Council will vote on whether to outlaw panhandling on major roads. And yesterday, commissioners in Hillsborough County voted to expand a ban there. The ban now includes state roads as well as others.
Yeah, but why are so many people putting on those bright vests and asking for your cash? What's it like to be out there? How much do these folks make? 10 News reporter Grayson Comm, he went undercover to find out.
What could I learn and what could I earn in one morning with a sign up and a handout? 3 hours with this simple sign, a sign complete with a camera. I'm undercover, but out in the open. I've not made up a story, and if anyone asks, I won't lie about who I am.
Thank you.
And I won't keep the cash. Every dollar handed to me will be doubled by 10 News and donated to charity.
First dollar.
I'm not alone here at the corner of Spruce and West Shore near International Plaza. Another man is on the opposite median, also asking for whatever folks will spare. So, what will they spare?
There's actually a spot worn out right here where people have been standing and panhandling. Thank you. Thank you.
Like the traffic, the donations were stop and go.
Not exactly lucrative so far. 45 minutes in and I have $3. A woman there just offered to give me an ice cream sandwich. I think that's been the most interesting thing so far. Somebody set off the alarm over at the Crate and Barrel store. Another highlight there, lady in that black car jamming out to Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Baby. Loud enough to where I could hear it even though she had the windows closed.
Some folks stared straight ahead. Others gave me a nod.
This driver here pulled way up so he didn't have to make eye contact with me.
No one was rude. No hollers to get a job.
It doesn't feel degrading like I thought it would. It really doesn't. It's like any other sales job. You just stand out here and people either say yes or they say no. I do find myself getting pretty excited when somebody leans down like anywhere near the middle of their car like they're going for money. It's weird. You get excited about that. Also, it's lousy staring into the sun. Not enjoying that.
In 3 hours on this median, how much did I make? Back to that in a minute. Once my 3-hour shift was done, I wanted to know why folks had been willing to hand me cash.
I'm a veteran myself, and I'll give veterans money, but when I see people that look all strung out and stuff, I won't give them money.
Don't count on a camo coat for all your information. The man on the other median goes by Rudy, and he says he's never served in the military.
I have to do what I have to do. I'm not proud about flying a sign.
Rudy would only agree to an interview if we didn't record his face as we recorded his voice.
I got out of prison, and ever since I've been out of prison, everywhere I go to apply for a job, they tell me I'm not qualified. And what got me out here to keep from being in those shelters around those alcoholics and drug addicts, I come out here and fly a sign to earn me some money so I can keep me a motel nightly. I average about maybe $43 a day, and my motel room is $39. I get me something to eat and a bus pass, and I'm set.
Roy Siringo was one of the drivers who stuck a single out the window for Rudy.
It just felt compelling. Yeah, I don't do it very often, but like in this situation, you know, it just felt like something I wanted to do.
My two biggest donations of the day also came with stories.
$6, $7, wow. He said he liked my sign, that's why, because he said it was straightforward and it was simple.
And a smiling woman told me she thought she recognized me. Not from TV. She thought I was a resident of a homeless shelter where she worked.
So, you know, she's not making a lot of money, and yet she's giving out her money to me and that gentleman. That's amazing. $5, the second biggest amount I've gotten all day.
My 3 hours brought in $25.54. That's $8.51 an hour. Sure beats $7.25 an hour, the federal minimum wage.
And if I were keeping this instead of donating it to charity, I wouldn't be paying any taxes on it, because I'm sure not going to be filing a W-2 for this. Thank you, man.
It was pretty easy work, and yeah, it paid better than my first part-time job. But as I put down my sign and headed home, I realized I'm able to just walk away. For many folks, this is their life, and there's no safe home waiting at the end of the day.
Live out here at another intersection in Tampa, one of the folks on Facebook asked me if anyone tried to offer to help in any way beyond just giving money. And yes, the woman who worked at the homeless shelter did suggest that she thought I was from there, thought I'd get back there and get their help trying to find work. So people did reach out to try to help in other ways. Guys, this has sparked a really interesting discussion on our Facebook page, facebook.com/10news. Some folks say they try to give to folks who are panhandling when they can. Other folks say they absolutely do not because they feel like they've seen scams in the past, or they feel like they're perpetuating maybe a drug or an alcohol problem. One person said, hey, if I saw somebody actually doing more than just standing there, maybe they're trying to help the community by picking up trash, then I would give them some money. Guys?
I like what Sandra Krause said. She said, I prefer to give to charities to help homeless. I think she means disadvantaged people, because you're very careful there not to say homeless within the piece, because let's face it, not all folks who are on the corner are homeless.
Yeah. Grayson, one thing I know that when we're in a car and we're driving, if one person starts to give, then the next car and the next car. Did you notice that trend with you?
It really came in waves. You would see a couple of people and then nothing. I mean, I went about 50 minutes at one point without $1 coming my way, but then it would come in rows. And it's tough to say if one person inspired another or it just was coincidence that one row of cars would move on, then the next person would give. It was very tough to figure out why people would give and why they wouldn't.
Your sign was interesting too, because it just said thank you. I've come across folks who've said, had signs said, I'm hungry, please help. I've actually volunteered, let's go inside. He was right outside of McDonald's, so let's go inside and get a sandwich. No, just give me the money. I'm like, no, we'll go in and get the sandwich. He says, no, I'm not hungry now. I said, well, I'll buy it and you can eat it later. And he's like, no, just give me the money. You know something's up if they won't accept whatever they're asking for.
Yeah, Rudy actually told me, he said he found that frustrating because he's seen people out there with signs that say, I have 2 kids, yada, 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 and if somebody tries to give him food, they basically will throw it down. Rudy said that's not how he works. Somebody gives him food, it goes in the backpack so he can eat it for dinner.
Yeah.
So it depends on your situation or who you're dealing with, but most folks who deal with disadvantaged people will say give to a charity, give to a structure or organization so they can help folks get into shelter, get a job, get something sustainable instead of spending $39 a night to stay at a motel. Find a place where you can really stay and establish yourself, get back on your feet.
Last question here. Did anybody treat you poorly?
Not a soul. Not a soul. Not even Rudy, who might have seen me as competition. He was never rude to me or even saw it that way. But yeah, no one was rude. I mean, the rudest thing I got was maybe somebody put their window up as I walked by. But in general, everyone was seemed to be almost understanding, just maybe unwilling to actually, open their wallets.
Nice job, Grayson.
Thanks.
Grayson Comm reporting live. Grayson, thank you, sir. Check in.